So my mate phones me, yeah, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. And he just, you know, he was my best mate. He just knows quite well that I'm up doing something somewhere. He says to me, lad, he says, get to this party with me. I said, where is it, lad? Because his parties are like, he mingles with people who know people who I can't be arsed with, do you know what I mean? But not like that. He's just like a party head who's not arsed. He's just like, yeah, doesn't think about nothing and all. On one of my other stories, it tells he got his head smashed in it, but this is a different story, right? So he says to me, lad, get down here, come down here, blah, 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 blah. So I said, where is it? So he told me. I said, all right. I said, sounds. He said, can you drive? I said, nah. I said, no, lad. I said, I'm not driving. I said, I'm finished. He said, you got limo? I said, you got loads of limo, lad. He's like, this right, lad. I said, who's there? So he's like, just naming people I've never heard of, do you know what I mean? So I said, sounds, is anyone there who I know? He's like, nah, lad, this is proper sweet and all that. So I'm like, all right, sounds. So goes down there. I said, so I've got magic here. He's like, have you? I said, do you want some magic? He went, lad, come out here a minute. I'm like, why? He said, just come out here a minute. And I'm like, why? Why do you want me to come out there, lad? He's saying, lad, because I can't be asked for all these. I want to talk to you, lad. He went, lad, I want a hug. All off his bar. I'm like, lad, I said, you know what, lad? I said, you're weird, but like, he was your best mate, you know what I mean? He was just a weird kid, but he was a belter, do you know what I mean? So as he goes outside, we're standing in the street right now. Me being normal and all that, but just bevied, you know what I mean, a few stripes, and I went flying like he was flying. It was different levels, you know what I mean, because I like to keep myself a little bit composed, you know what I mean, just in case. So I'm standing there, so we're outside. So next thing, this taxi pulls up, this black taxi. So I said to him, who's this lad? He went, I don't know. I'm like, why have you brought me out here? He looks at me and went to me, shut up, you tit. No, like, because he just knew what I was thinking. I said, next thing, these kids are just out the taxi. And I'm not even joking, right? One went to me, what's happened, lad? I said, what's happened, lad? Weren't even on him, wouldn't even know if I fell over him. And he went to me, don't you remember me? So I've looked at my mate looked at me straight away, just like, what's happening here? So I said, no, why should I, lad? I said, stay there anyway, until you talk to me. He went, what do you mean? He said, stop walking. I said, stay there now. I said, if you walk towards me, I'm just going to absolutely fucking put you right out, lad, and your mate. And he's going to waste him, and that's what's going to happen, lad. And he's like, nah, lad, I'm on you. I said, you're on me. He said, how are you on me? And he went, listen, no beef, lad, but yeah, look. And like lifted his lip up. So I'm like, what? He's like, look at me toot. And I'm like, what toot? He's like, lad, exactly. Lad, you wasted me. I said, where? So he said, lad, it was years ago in this club and all that. I said, why? He went, lad, I don't know. He said, I think he grabbed your bird's ass or something. I said, oh, lad, you deserved it. He went, I know. He said, but you're such and such his cousin, aren't you? I went, yeah. He went, lad, he's one of my good mates. And it just come back on me. I can remember my cousin saying to me, lad, you fucking busted me mate and put his suit out. And I said, I know, well, he's done something. He's like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Like I said, well, just tell him that if he wants to do something or wants to meet whatever, then sound, lad, do you know what I mean? He's like, go ahead, sound, so I'm not coming with it. So I said to him, listen, lad, I said, here's what we can do. We can do two things about it. I said, number one, I said, we can just stand and just punch each other's face in, lads. Yeah, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the streets, just whatever. I said, but where's that going to get us? And he's like, nowhere. I said, okay. I said, now I understand. I said, you've stood in the mirror every day since then for like, what, 5-6 years, looking at that fucking no suit. Well, you haven't even had fixed, just thinking of me every day. So where's your chance now, lad? I'm standing in front of you now. There's only me and him. There's yous, all of yous there. I said, what do you want to do, lad? I said, that's number one. We can stand there, we can punch his face in. It's not worth it for either of us. And I was saying either of us to like de-escalate it, because really I just absolutely fucking battered them. And if they all would have stolen on me, then he'd just got it the next day. So I said, oh, number two, because he had the magic, remember? I said, you can just put your fucking hands in this magic, get off your barney, shake hands, walk under the bridge, and go in this party and just vibe, lads. What do you want to do? I said, but don't say that if you don't want to do that and then think you can steal it. Because if you do that, lads, I'm going to proper hurt you, lads. And I mean proper hurt you, lads, when I do get hold of you. And I'll go out of my way to make sure I do get hold of you. Sound, lads. Shook my hands, little hug, have some magic. And you know what? He ends up being one of the funniest kids about, you know, and all his mates as well. They were all hilarious, yeah, and it was a proper boss mate, I swear to you. So it just shows you, do you know what I mean? That even if you got off on the wrong foot, it doesn't mean that you're enemies for life. Do you know what I mean?